All right, guys, today we're going to talk about the posture when you're skating switch stance. We're going to use the ollie, or the switch ollie, I should say, as an example to kind of navigate the topic. But before we get into it, I want to mention I do skate coach, so a lot of the content that I post will be around learning skating. I don't know if I'm going to do so much trick tips and stuff, but definitely going to go over my approach to learning, and tips will be sprinkled in along the way. But anyways, going back to the ollies, or your switch ollies. It's so easy to start learning switch in a way where your back is facing wherever you're going. And so what you want to do is start by opening up at your feet, so that little by little everything else from your knee, hip, torso, shoulders, even the direction this is turned, and at the end your neck is all facing the direction you're going. This is super important because, well, it's super important for me because I want to be, and this is going into my own vocabulary, but I want to be offensive in my approach to skateboarding, because that's going to allow me to to progress in a way where I won't find a lot of walls or restrictions.
Hiccups?
I guess
Like hiccups?
Hiccups, not hiccups, you're always going to find hiccups, but I would say restrictions, because let's say, and look, it's possible to learn a trick in a posture that looks inefficient, but I've found that if you build on top of that posture where you're closed off, it's gonna limit your variety. It's gonna limit the pool of tricks that you can otherwise have access to, right? So for example, let's say I was so stuck doing switch heels like this, in this position, and then I go to learn switch flips. Switch frontside. Oh wait, yeah, switch flips. It's gonna be really hard. Not really hard. It's gonna be a bit more difficult to try and learn a switch flip, since I'm so used to that motion. My hips, torso, even just the muscle memory is so used to being faced one position that you're gonna feel restricted when you learn other tricks. But now going back to the switch ollie, to use as an example, if we're doing switch ollies like so, you're gonna tend to land over that back foot, right? Which is going to have you more likely to slip back, which is what you don't want. We prefer to be landing in a position where we're stable, which would be over this right foot. You know, it's funny, I've never really thought about it, but stable or stationary ollies and tricks are way harder to do than ones rolling, but it's a good challenge. Much prefer that instead of landing over here. But what allows me to do that is making sure that I'm pretty much like shoulders parallel to the board, or opened up to wherever I'm going, right? So another reason why you want to start off skating switch in that way, even if it's just pushing ollies, tic-tacs, is because it gives you that access, so that as you're progressing your tricks, you're able to explore without that nagging like restriction, right? How are we on time?
I'm gonna hit 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna you want to get your board? I'm gonna roll and do a couple of switch ollies in a restricted position, I guess, or a restricted posture, as I would put it. Alright, so obviously you can do a good ollie in that position, but when it comes down to, like I said, having that variability, it's very limited. And so we're gonna go ahead and do some switch ollies. Actually, let's move back over there so I can come back. We're trying to keep the lighting good, so we're gonna go back into position. But as far as having that variability open, you really want to practice your fundamentals, your switch fundamentals in a position, in a posture that's going to be, how do you say, like, yeah, progressive instead of a hindrance to it. So we're going to do another set of switch ollies, this time with an opened up position. I want you to kind of be like in front of me so you can see like how turned I am, right?
All right, go more in there.
Hopefully the wind isn't too crazy, but alright. So even for me, I've been skating for 16 years, I want to say, and it's still uncomfortable to do the switch ollie like that. So it does take a little unwiring to do, which is why I'm bringing this up for whoever's starting to skate just now, switch, so you know they can kind of dial in a great posture, so to speak. Foundations posture when you're first starting to kind of go into really learning switch, right? Because of course, at least for me, the first few months or years, in my case, you're gonna be just exploring switch in whatever way feels comfortable. But as you try to improve it, just like I said, keep in mind, you open up, and a good way to do this is to do it little by little from your foot to your neck, right? So what I mean by that is, if you're doing a switch ollie like this, you want to slightly turn that foot out so that your knee follows, hip goes, and then you can just open up little by little. Let's go back into position.
I think when you want to talk, let's go over there because the wind hits less over there.
Oh, it's less? Okay. Well, hopefully they heard this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
We're doing no cuts. No cuts. But, so.
Uncut.
Uncut? Huh? What's up? What?
I'm thinking this would be dumb.
Okay. He doesn't know how to, like, not talk. Ever. Alright, so. Open up little by little, even if it's just tic-tacs. We got 10 minutes. Even if it's just...
No, I'm saying back up. So you're more in there.
You're gonna back up. These are only gonna improve, I promise. I promise.
Yeah,
these are the growing pains of this stuff. Oh yeah, another reason why I'm kind of mentioning this is because later on, like, I want to say year 13, year 10, when I started to skate more switch, I was really trying to, how do I say, like, challenge my pop. And I found that I was super, how do you say, like, hesitant, scared. The fear was there because I felt like I couldn't really see where I was gonna pop. So actually we'll go to that ledge so I can kind of show you a little better what I mean.
Try to do a good switch ollie. Okay, go. On the switch. Oh.
By the way, guys.
Oh, the wind's crazy.
I know, the wind's horrible.
Go back at this. Back at this.
I didn't warm up. No, just kidding. But yeah, so like I would go to the obstacle and I would feel like I couldn't really gauge where I was going or how, or when I needed to pop and stuff. We're trying to get away from the wind. Oh, right here. You get away from it. Yeah. Or probably just stop. But so like, obviously that day that I figured, oh, I'm scared, it didn't come to me like, oh yeah, open up, because even if I did do that, it would have been so uncomfortable, and it still kind of is sometimes. Like, maybe you can see from there when I ollie. Like I didn't ollie up that because it's still not dialed in, right? But if I warm up, it's easier to ollie up in an opened up position. But you can even start from the side, like from that curve, and you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean by ollieing onto something with an opened up posture. Maybe you can be on the top.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Maybe.
I'm just on top.
Alright, so definitely could warm up a bit more, but that's kind of what you want to aim for, to be opened up when you land, so that you're set up to do whatever it is you want after, whether it's a flat ground trick or even when you're skating street, you want to be ready for the line, whether that's going to be a fake trick, a switch trick. Yeah, you don't want to be stuck or restricted into a posture where it's going to limit your bag of tricks, right? So because
maybe
also,
if you need to stop yourself from hitting the wall after landing a trick.
that too. I mean, that too. Like think about, there's some spots that you land and you straight just have to like catch yourself, right? You don't want to be only having this much space. You land and you go, right? Or when you fall, you can't protect yourself if you're gonna fall like this. You know, it's just not that you can't, but it's much harder, right? As opposed to just landing here and then doing this, right? We would always want to push with your hands in front of us. So why not? Sorry, defend ourselves with our hands in front of us instead of with our hands behind us, right? We're not gonna be fighting like this or defending. You want to be offensive with our hands in front of us. Same thing with our feet, bodies, the way we walk. Of course, you can stop to fall with backwards walking, but we'd much prefer this, right? So yeah, that's kind of the things that got me started really improving the posture. But also, I mean, if this sounds funny or you kind of think like, dude, you're overthinking it, well, this is if you want to improve it, right? And also think about how you do a regular ollie.
It kind of makes you, it's like you're overthinking in the beginning, so you don't have to overthink in the future.
Exactly. It's like, it's going to set you up for success. It's definitely going to feel like overwhelming, or it may feel overwhelming, but at the end of the day, these are just things that you can slowly incorporate, which is why I bring up the tip of like slowly opening up from the feet so that it goes to your knees, hips, and then body, neck. You know, it applies everywhere. But yeah, look, think about how I do an ollie onto it, right? I'm open up to the direction I'm going instead of doing something like this. I know I could land it. Like, I'm not saying you can't land tricks like that, but it's just not optimal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That took energy.
It won't translate to like bigger things.
It's gonna be much more difficult to translate. Now, there are always exceptions to the rule. So you'll see a lot of skaters who can skate, who are pro even, and they could skate in a position that seems very restricted, and it even looks stylish. Exceptions to the rule, but that's not. But even them, not to knock them, but you even see how they're restricted in their own skating as well. So what we're gonna do is go over there. Wait, how much time we have?
14 minutes.
We got 14 minutes, 5 more minutes. We're trying to do 20-minute videos. Maybe we'll shorten it, huh?
Nah,
I just realized, like, when you're actually teaching to the camera or someone who's not here, it's much harder because there's no feedback.
Yeah.
Loop, you know. Luckily, you kind of are having some communication with me, so it works out. But
do like a a good switch ollie and then one that
Well,
most
look.
people do.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's not. I don't even want to say, oh, this is a good one, this is a bad one, but this is the one I felt is more efficient.
Offensive.
To progressive. No, not offensive. It's more efficient to progression. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's gonna be easier to go from a switch ollie to a switch shove, pop shove, flick, and whatever it is, downhill, manuals. Oh my God, I need to talk about this in terms of manuals. It helps so much, like so much. Maybe that's the next one of this kind of video. But yeah, let's actually do a regular ollie. Opened up, right? Even if I'm squared off, I'm still slightly opened up where my head is over that nose or my foot. Right? Now imagine I was skating like with my foot pointing in. Because people skate like that, right? Like ollies.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel intuitive. A lot of this is intuition from my part, but I also found that it's not very it's not common sense for many skaters. So this is why I'm bringing it up again. Oh yeah, that's the regular side. Let's do switch. So this is how I see most, and this is where I'm facing the opposite direction I'm going. Slightly open up. So, having said all that, damn, I need to go to the restroom. Oh, I said we're gonna face over there. Having said all that, when it comes down to slowly incorporating, I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but it's okay. Watch out.
You're doing the thing where I'm trying to back up and you just keep following me faster.
Well, it's because because the wind is here, I want to make sure you guys are hearing me, instead of the wind interference. That's what I'm always doing. And we're on cinematic mode too, and we can't do 0.5, so it has to be like a good distance. But yeah, slowly incorporate it. I'm not telling you to do this while you're skating, trying to do a trick for a video. I'm not trying to tell you to do this when you're filming something. More when you're on your free time and you're actually just practicing, trying to dial in those tricks or even improve them. Because at the end of the day, there's always room for improvement, even if you have a good trick. Like for instance, when I learned switch flips and actually was doing them pretty consistently upstairs, I would do them in this way where I'm facing behind me, and I would go. Now it's not comfortable, but they were consistent and comfortable. Alright, well now it's just I kind of wired it out of me, but they were consistent, and people said they look good. But as I try to do that same trick into a nose mani or switch nose mani or 5-0 or onto a ledge, it was just very scary. So the way I improved that, or just kind of tone down that fear, was by slowly opening up the switch flip so that I can translate that into further progression. So now you can see I'll open up when I switch flip. Let's do one rolling.
Okay, go more in there.
Ready?
Go do a regular kickflip as if it was switch. How most people do it. No, like all messed up.
No, I mean,
like do a regular kickflip, but like as if you're like this. Like just someone's
like
doing it.
Imagine doing a kickflip and you're over here. Wow, the wind is crazy. Imagine you're like this.
Yeah.
It could be done. It's just
Go
not
no
open.
more in there.
Okay. Where's the wind? The wind. And they're not perfect. I mean, I'm not warmed up either, but sometimes I'll still land in a way where I want to turn my back against it, but it's just slow progressions. Yeah, but we're gonna end it there because the wind is super gnarly, and we're already at like almost 20 minutes.
Would you call this like foundational work? I feel like that's.
Yeah, this is like foundational. Like it's I wouldn't say it's foundational because you can always apply this. It should be foundational work, I guess you should say.
Because you're like, oh, don't take what you're saying to do anything quickly upstairs. It's more like on your free time.
Yeah, I mean, but it applies to all skating, really. But,
oh yeah.
But yeah, it's a foundational kind of topic, you could say. A little more nuanced, I think. I don't hear anyone talking about this, honestly. Do you? No.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure other people kind of try to speak on it with different words or definitions, and so.
Yeah, like when I was having trouble kickflip.
Yeah.
A skater called Cayo.
Yeah.
He told me straighten your shoulders out, and literally.
Instead of doing what?
I would hunch over. So I'd lean a little in front of my board or something. I'd just hunch over, and he told me, "Oh, keep your shoulders straight, like aligned with the board more."
There we go.
Oh, cause I would go too much to my left. Like I'd be like this, so my front foot would come off.
Yeah,
and
he's like, you fake out.
Yeah, and he's like, keep your shoulders straight. And bro, I landed a kickflip that day after not knowing how to do one for like years.
Oh, sick.
And just like struggling.
That makes me think. You see, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like,
yeah, that's exactly.
For me, the way I interpret that is like your weight distribution has to be solid, because he was probably fine doing this, but he was just, the center was out of the board. But if he were to be opened up on top of the board like this, and the weight's still over, you see how my weight is still over? Like, instead of over here, you wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, I was doing that.
Instead, you could still be opened up, but your weight just has to stay over as you go down.
Yeah.
And that would work too. But like I said, everyone has their different approach to fine tuning their flicks and stuff. But yeah, I think this is definitely a foundational topic. Yeah, we'll end it there.
End it?
End it. We'll end it there. These are only gonna get better. The wind sucks. We need a better mic. And looking forward to reading over the comments. Whoa, what's up?
I told you to move so you could be in the sun and we go back in the shade.
Well, say it. Just say it. Yeah. Well, we're getting there. But hope you liked it. Oh, shout out real quick. Display Shoes. Shout out Inner City and the homies at Dagger, because they're the ones.
It's upside down.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Show them the company.
It's okay.
I mean, show them the brand.
It's actually kind of cool. Cool graphic.
That was dope.
To be honest, this is not my style. Like, I'm not even gonna front, but I like how it has like feel it.
Oh, it has texture?
Yeah.
Oh, it's sick.
It's pretty sick. It's those little things that I'm like, oh, that's pretty sick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those little things matter.
Yeah, and then the color, I like it. OJ Wheels, my setup, not supported by them or anything. Ventures, found them. Wow, the wind is crazy. I'm missing a bolt on each truck, look. Yeah.
Shout out Dagger, shout out Splay.
Shout out Splay. But I will say, I have a 10% off code on these shoes. I have some videos kind of talking about them, but they're not dedicated, so I'm not sure you want to go look for that. I'll definitely make a dedicated video on it. What's up? I spit?
No, it's the outro.
What
We're
about
24 minutes in now.
Oh, it's okay. Dude, you interrupted me. Now I don't know what to say. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, 10% off. That helps me in a very small way. But
oh, big way.
No, it's small way, but it's still important, because you know it adds up. Everyone's contribution at once. Yeah, only more videos to be seen. I'm so awkward. Lates.